All right, so things are not looking good for Diddy, man. Your boy Diddy, the baby oil master. As you guys know, in case you don't know, Diddy's trials begins tomorrow on Monday. Actually, I'm recording this at 11:29. By the time I post it, it might be Monday, so it begins today. Later on today in New York City, it's open to the public. If you are around New York, you can go, and you're gonna see how Diddy looks now. I heard he has a lot of gray hair. It looks completely different. That might be them gel food. He's not accustomed to that, but I guess he might have to get used to it. So the prosecution team is not looking good, right? So they got all white woman led by James Comey's daughter. I don't know who's James Comey, but let me just go ahead and Google who's James Comey. James Comey, all right? Who's James Comey? So James B. Comey, lawyer and former director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. So his daughter also a lawyer. Wow. Okay, they're doing good, man. She's only 64. So, god damn, man. All white woman, dog? I mean, here's the thing, man. So this is a bad jury already. All white women. And Diddy's case is involves a lot of women. The sex trafficking, younger women, underage women, allegedly. So if some of those women in the jury, they have like kids, daughters, things of the nature, they'll be like, "Dad, is that why he has been doing to our daughters?" So this looks super bad. So all white women. All right. But it would not make a difference if that was all white men either. Because the white men, they'll be like, "Oh, so you've been playing with us like this, huh? All the money that we gave you, so you're using to do some dumb shit like this?" If you put all black women, I think that makes it even worse. They'll be like, "Oh, nigga. Okay, is that what you be doing, huh? Okay, you took the money, buying drugs, having sex trafficking." Like, they'll have no sympathy. I think the only team of people that'll be a little bit understandable if you get all black men. And those black men, they gotta be like in the 40s, maybe in the 50s. If you get black men in the 80s, they'll be like, "Nah, nigga, you making us look bad." If you get black men in the 40s, 50s, they'll be like, "Yeah, nigga, we can understand a little bit. I mean, I like clapping chicks too, but nigga, you went a little too far with the young kids beating Cassie. But guess what? I mean, freak off, ain't nothing wrong with it. I love me some freak offs too. Huh? I got my side chick coming on the way. After this jury, I gonna clap them chicks. So I ain't see nothing wrong with it. But this is not looking good. Or white women though. So the trial is going to take about, from what I read, it's gonna be about 8 to 10 weeks. That's a lot. And Diddy has been looking a little different. And another thing that I read about the lawyer, I think the lawyer, but Diddy's I'd say lawyers, not the lawyer, but lawyers, Diddy's lawyers, the poster is saying that Diddy was on drug and was not able to commit a crime or to do crimes. Diddy's lawyers talk about him being on drugs can't commit a crime. Let me see. I think I seen a post like that, but Diddy lawyer. Okay, let me see that drug use. Okay, let me see. Okay, Diddy's lawyers could argue that drug and alcohol use made him mental. Okay, this is it. Okay, it said they said so Diddy's lawyers could argue that drug and alcohol use made him mentally incapable of alleged crimes. I mean, I'm trying to make it make sense, right? So they're saying that. So the fact that he used drug and he was drunk allegedly, that made him mentally incapable of alleged crimes. How, though? I'm trying to make it make sense because I don't really understand it. Like, so the fact that he was taking drugs, he was doing drugs and taking out drinking, he would not be able to do crimes because it was mental. He was mentally incapable. How though? If anything, those things will push you to do some dumb shit. And let's just be honest, man. It's not like Diddy was on drug or was drinking like 24/7 since he became Diddy up to now. No, I believe he had times that he was sober or he was not using drugs like that. Maybe he skipped like 2 days or 3 days to clear his mind a little bit. So for them to say that this makes the case even worse. So they actually admitting that okay, Diddy has been doing drugs. Right? I mean, listen, weed ain't illegal, depending on the states where you live, but some drugs are very illegal. All right. So this kind of like self-snitching. It's like I'm like, yo, how you gonna tell me like, oh, I couldn't commit crimes because I was doing drugs? No, people do crazy shit when they on drugs. So it does not mean if you were taking drugs or being drinking, you couldn't commit any crimes. It does not mean that. We've seen people drunk driving and do some dumb shit. If anything, those things will even make you do the worst thing ever because you can't even think clearly. So you tell me that somebody who can think clearly cannot commit a crime. Or they're saying that, oh, he committed those crimes, but guess what? He did it because he was on drugs, or he was high, or he was drunk. Basically, they're snitching on Diddy. I don't know, like, if this was important for them even to say it. Certain things I'm like, yo, you don't have to put everything on the internet. Especially like, listen, man. Yo, I know, let me fix my camera a little bit. I know Diddy hired Brian Steele. That's the lawyer that for Young Thug. I don't know if the statement was before or after, but I don't think this was smart. Sometimes we think those lawyers, the lawyers, they know everything. I mean, they know a lot, to be honest with you. They know a lot when it comes to the law, things of the nature. But sometimes they just talk to talk. They just say some dumb shit like, this was not important. It makes no sense to me, though. It makes no sense. And going back to what I was saying about the team that they got, the prosecution team that Diddy has, it's like there was a how can I say, the feds, they're not trying to give Diddy a chance, although they gave him like a plea deal, but it does not mean they want him to be free. Maybe that plea deal was like crappy, that's why he didn't want to take it, right? So the fact that they have all white women, and this was calculated, it's not like they did like a lottery. Okay, we're just gonna close our eyes, we want to see, which race or which gender gonna come up for Diddy trial. No, somebody in the back or a team of people sat down and they were like, okay, we need to screw this nigga. He needs to get screwed. So we gonna pick our white woman. They don't like black niggas. They don't like him. He got too much money. All right? They don't like it. They got daughters. Oh, who's that? Karen has 2 daughters. How old are they? 15, 14. Bingo. Yeah, that's great. She gonna feel the pain when we bring that case of racketeering or sex trafficking underage women. So she'll think about her daughter. She'll be like, oh my God. Oh, imagine someone doing this to my daughter. I'll kill this nigga. So they're doing that with a purpose. They know what they're doing. They're not dumb. And I'm like, sometimes like I keep like going back and forth like, oh yeah, maybe Diddy gonna be free because freak off any crime, racketeering. Okay, it's a RICO case, but how come we only got one person in the RICO case? So I keep like going back and forth with my thoughts. But I'm like, okay, now they got all white women. This doesn't look good. This doesn't look good. So they're gonna feel the pain. They say, oh, not even like, Diddy's gonna be screwed, man. Not even one man. Not even one black woman. Not even single one black woman. All white. How many people in it? Yo, let me see how many women in Diddy's like, how many women in Diddy's How they spell prosecution. Prosecution. See. All white women. Okay. We know about how many though. Do you even put it there on Google? How many? Yeah, put how many, but they said we don't have the number. Let me see. Oh man. I believe usually they put like up to 12 if I'm not mistaken. But regardless if they have 2 women, 3 women, 4 women, this does not look good on Brother Love. But it's gonna be a movie. It's gonna be a movie. Let's see. So we have like a couple months to go until we find out about the verdict. So by the end of maybe midsummer, we're gonna find out what's going to happen to Diddy. Yeah, man, it's gonna be a show, man. But hey, man, that's what I have to say, man. Y'all let me know what you guys think about this. Other than that, I'll catch you next time. Peace out, family. I'm out.